So Immaculate is a new 2024 horror movie starring Sydney Sweeney as Cecilia. Cecilia is a young woman who has devoted her life to servitude, and in this particular version of servitude, she's devoted her life to being a nun. She decides to travel abroad to, I believe it's Italy or right outside of Italy, to a temple in which she will help older saints, older nuns, be comfortable as they begin to transition in their old age. But quickly after she arrives and begins to become a part of the community, she comes up pregnant in a very strange set of circumstances. She has not laid with a man, and because of that, the church has decided that she is having an immaculate conception. And the problem here is that that immaculate conception, although seemingly coming from God, may have come from something else. During her pregnancy, she starts to notice a few strange things about the way the church is acting. This story is actually really well told. It slow walks you through all the characters, through the setup, through the setting, and it gives you the entire vibe of where she is and how strict or hostile or comforting this place may be. And that setup in the beginning of the movie really helps elevate the film when it starts to hit the fan in the latter half of the film. This movie is also incredibly well shot. Everything looks pristine. It gives you the eerie vibes that you would want from this type of movie. Now, Sydney Sweeney is a rising star. I saw her in Euphoria. Unfortunately, I saw her in Madam Web. Unfortunately for her, because she doesn't want anything to do with that project, and I don't blame her. I have never questioned her ability to act, because everyone in Euphoria can act. They were acting their behinds off, and she had some of the most emotionally heavy scenes in Euphoria. She brought that same talent to this movie. She is incredible, as is the rest of the cast. The rest of the cast definitely holds up as well. Now, this is a horror movie, and we have to talk about the scary parts, the creep factor. This movie is great at providing that. It actually opens up with one of the scariest situations imaginable. I won't spoil it here, but the movie starts and I'm instantly like, oh boy, I don't want to be in that situation. The movie does also have some jump scares. There's some misdirection in those jump scares that really help, because at this point, we've seen every jump scare that you can see. And it's not that you do a jump scare, it's how, why, and when, and how long you're holding that camera. There's a particular jump scare within this movie in which the camera holds for so long, you're just anticipating the jump scare. And by the time it happens, you are sufficiently jump scared. I thought that they did a really good job of providing those horror elements. The thing that I like the most about these horror elements is the exact same thing I liked about movies like Don't Breathe. It's not necessarily that there's a monster, but it's the people who are scaring the living hell out of you. You don't want to be around these people at all. When the thing that a horror movie presents is so much closer to realism than fantasy, that's when you start to feel a little, oh my God, get me away from this thing and this person. Because of that, I thought it was executed really well. And there's one other performance I really want to point out, which is Alvaro Morte. He played the lead priest. He played that role extremely well. And I would love to see him in some future projects, because I believe he has the gravitas, he has the screen presence. He just has it in this particular movie, and he is a character. How many sparks would I give Immaculate? Honestly, it's pretty immaculate in and of itself. So I'm going to give this movie 4 sparks. I know somebody's going to say, well, wouldn't Immaculate be 5 sparks? Listen here, buddy. I control the ratings here. Let me know in the comments what you thought if you don't think it's so immaculate. And I'll talk to you guys next time.